Hello everyone, my name is Namakosim Kize. I'm a transformation coach. Today I'm doing something different. I have a program called WLM, Women in Leadership and Management. For some reason, I just thought I would just get into the Facebook page and share a few nuggets pertaining to women in leadership and management. So it's some sort of an empowerment session for women who are in leadership and management positions. But I'm not saying males will not benefit from this. They will definitely benefit from this. I'll be focusing on John C. Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. John C. Maxwell has a book, right? He's a leadership guru. He has a book on 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. It's for women in leadership and management, but we will focus mostly on leadership because the 21 Irrefutable Laws are about leadership. So if I say WLM, you must know that I'm talking about women in leadership and management. Okay, let me start with the truths about being a woman leader or woman manager. Number one, all eyes are on you. You know what? Like a microscope, people just want to know how you're going to lead, to check how you're going to lead. Like they have binoculars to check how you are going to lead. Some of them, it's out of their positive curiosity, but some, honestly, it's out of negative curiosity, right? And number two, let us accept the fact that as women, we are emotional beings, right? It doesn't mean that we don't have logic. We do have logic, but we are emotional beings. So it's important for us to capacitate ourselves on EQ, that is emotional intelligence, right? And number three, you are a woman. There's no need for you to change and be a man just because you're in a leadership and management position. You are a woman, and women are naturals, right? Number four, you are human. Anytime you commit mistakes, don't say, I made a mistake because I'm a woman. I made a mistake because I'm human, and move from there to correct your mistakes. So with the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I'm just going to look at a few just to capacitate, even if it's 5 women on my page who are in leadership and management. I think this is going to help, right? So if you know of someone who is in a leadership and management position who's a woman, please share this video with them, right? The first law that I want to talk about is the law of the ceiling. John C. Maxwell says, leadership ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. Your leadership ability. So the question that you need to ask yourself, do I have an ability to be a leader? Ask yourself that question, right? Your leadership is like a lead in the organization. It's like a ceiling in the organization or the company where you work, or the department, or the division, depending on the position that you are holding. So questions that you need to ask yourself under the law of the ceiling. Do you know the vision of the company, of the organization, of the department, of the division, right? If you work for a big company, okay, and you are heading a division, what is the vision of your division that is in line with the vision of the company or the bigger organization, right? What are the policies? Are you aware of the policies of your organization or your company, right? Or are you a common sense kind of leader? Because if you are not aware of the policies, then you will be using common sense, and I promise you, you'll have a lot of gaps, you'll have a lot of problems, right? So are you aware of the policies and acts that govern that particular organization? And what about your duties, right? Are you in that position understanding the duties or the core duties and responsibilities of that particular position? Are you competent? Are you competent in that particular position as a leader or manager, right? And then something that I want to emphasize, if you talk about the law of the ceiling, your self-confidence as a woman leader or manager work on your self-confidence, because remember, you are leading people. You will have to hold meetings with these people. Do you have self-confidence? If you don't have self-confidence, work on your self-confidence, because if we talk about the law of the lead, the success, you are going to be the lead. You are going to be the ceiling, right, on the success of the organization. So do you have enough self-confidence to carry the organization, right? And then law number 3, I'm going to skip other laws because I want to keep it at least to 30 minutes, right? Law of process. One thing that we need to understand as women leaders is that leadership develops daily, not in a day. So it's a daily process, right? Some people get into positions, the next thing they're doing, they're calling meetings, they're changing this, they are reinventing wheels because they haven't taken time, right? So leadership is a process. If you are new in the position, take time to understand the organization, to understand that department, to understand that division, to understand the policies, to understand the vision of that particular organization, right? Before you implement certain things, understand. Take time to understand that particular organization. Some word that is important for a woman leader or a woman manager: intentionality. What are your intentions in that particular position? Because if you have intention, then surely you are going to see the outcomes, because the intention will always determine the outcome. Your success will be determined by your intentionality. What is your intention about that particular position that you are holding as a WLM, right? So you take time to study the organization of the company or the department or the division. Let me tell you, if you're a leader, you are a lifelong learner. The moment you stop learning as a leader, you have stopped being a leader. So it's important for you to understand that you are a scholar, you are a researcher, you are a lifelong learner, right? So leadership is learned over time, as I've mentioned, when we say it's a process. So the things that we are looking at, learn people's skills. How do you treat your people? Do you even understand these people that you are leading? I'm not sure about the numbers. It could be 5 people, it could be 10 people, it could be 20 people, 100 people. Do you understand these people? You need to take time and work on your people's skills, right? Your emotional strength. Your emotional strength. I spoke about emotional intelligence. Your emotion. Do you have strength, right, to control your feelings? Right? When your feelings are hurt, do you have strength to continue leading and managing these people? Or you simply break down as a WLM? Right? Your own vision, because you need to have your own personal vision about this particular organization, about this particular department. Does your own vision feed into the vision of the organization? Does your own vision, that is why we talk of self-management, self-awareness, does it feed into the position? Does it fit into the position in your organization? Does it feed into the organization? Does it fit to the needs of the people that you are leading, right? Timing as a WLM, timing is everything, right? You must check your time. There are things that you say at a particular time that will hurt people because it's a particular time. But if you say them at a particular time, they will make sense. So timing all the time. When do you hold meetings for your people? When do people submit reports to you? Timing is everything. You mustn't set time frames that are not possible, right? And you mustn't set time frames that will make people fail to submit, whether we're talking about the report or whatever. But timing is everything. And your timing has to be discussed with the people that you are leading. The law of navigation, which is law number 4. If we talk about navigation, that is the process or activity of accurately ascertaining one's position and planning and following a route. In a way, navigation has to do with, going to a place after having checked, the blind spots, having checked the sharp curves, having checked the impossibilities if there are any. So if you're a leader, it's like you go to a place before you take your people to that particular place. That is the law of navigation, right? So a leader who's a navigator researches the path before it is taken. You must take time and check, is this going to work? How is it going to work? How is it going to impact the people that I'm leading, right? A leader who's a navigator listens to supervisors. Very important. A leader is a good listener. You listen to the supervisors because sometimes it's possible that the path that you are taking, you have somebody in your department who knows better when it comes to that particular path. So you need to make use of such people. So it's important for you to listen. Some people don't want to listen. They're just looking at the outcomes. They're looking at the results. Even if the supervisors are saying, but because of 1, 2, 3, we will have, challenges in achieving those results or outcomes. People don't want to listen. So as a WLM, take time to listen to your supervisors, right? Sometimes they are wrong, sometimes they are right, but it's important to listen. It's in your best interest to listen, right? A navigator who's a leader will balance optimism versus realism. Sometimes we are just optimistic. If you're optimistic and you're not even competent, it's not going to work. It's good to be optimistic, but at the same time, balance it with realism. Realistically, is this time frame going to work for us? If we say by September the 30th, we would have done 1, 2, 3. Realistic. Yes, we are optimistic, but realistically, is it going to work, right? So balance your optimism and realism. That is the law of navigation. Let's talk about the law of solid ground, right? If we talk about the law of solid ground, remember it's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. In the law of solid ground, he talks about trust. And he says trust is the foundation of all effective leadership. Do the people that you are trusting, that you are leading, trust you? Remember that trust is built, trust is earned, and trust is sustained. And if we talk about trust, we are talking about these 3 things. People will trust you if you are competent. So we are looking at competence, we are looking at connection, we are looking at character. People will trust you if you are competent in what you're doing. Do you even know what you are doing? So I want to say to you, as I said earlier, you are a researcher, you are a scholar, you are a lifelong learner. Take time every day to learn something new about your organization, about the policies in your organization, about your core duties and responsibilities. Because if you are competent, people are going to respect you. Some of us WLM don't even call staff meetings because we are afraid of the challenges that we are going to face in the staff meetings. If you're a WLM, you're not calling regular scheduled meetings. Ask yourself today, why is that? Is it because you lack incompetence? You need to do something. You have networks that are going to assist you. If you lack, sometimes you could be competent, but you find that in this one particular aspect you lack competence. Network with other leaders, with other WLMs or other male leaders as well, male counterparts who will help you when it comes to that particular aspect, right? And then connection, that is number 2 in building trust. It's important for us to form professional relationships. Remember what I said in the beginning. I said you are a woman. It's a fact. You can't change that. So don't try to be a man. So form professional connections or professional relationships by connecting with people, by nurturing people, because you are a woman, you are a nurturer. By being a nurturer, we are not saying you are naive, you're stupid, but we're saying you have, this soft heart as a woman of listening to what people are saying. And you need to take advantage of that as a WLM, because in a way it makes you approachable, right? So if you try to be a man, now you even change your voice, then it's not easy for people to approach you. And let me tell you something, people can see if you're pretending. You're not a man, you are a woman. Nurture people, form professional relationships, right? People don't actually like to be led by people who are not nice, honestly. By being nice, I'm not trying to say you need to be stupid. I'm saying by being nice, you are a nurturer. You are a woman, WLM, right? Let's talk about character. That is number 3, under building trust, right? We're talking about your moral and mental standing in the organization. Are you morally sound as a WLM, right? Do your actions and your words balance, right? Are you mentally sound? I'll keep talking about emotional intelligence. Are you mentally sound? Can people trust you even in times of difficulty in the organization? Or people will be afraid that you'll simply break down, right? What about the confidential issues that your supervisors come to you with? Do you discuss such issues with other people? Then they cannot trust you. Then that shows there's something lacking in your character. You know, some people will say your intelligence will take you to a position, but it's only your character which will sustain you. So you need to work on your character as a WLM so that you'll be trusted by the people that you are leading. The law of respect. John C. Maxwell says people naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. It means people will respect you if you are competent, and it will be easy for people to follow you because they know you know your stuff. So today we are challenging each and every WLM. Check yourself. Do you know your stuff? Do you know your core duties and responsibilities? Do you know the policies and acts that govern your organization, right? Do you know a lot about your organization, right? I nearly said everything, a lot about your organization. Do you work harder than everyone else? Because people will respect such a person. Are you a leader who is leading by example? Be the do as I do kind of leader, not the do as I say kind of leader. Is there leadership and strategic direction that you are giving to your organization? Then people will respect you. Respect is earned. How do you earn it? By being competent at what you are doing, right? By ensuring that you empower yourself each and every day so that when you show up in the workplace, the people that you are leading know that the person who is leading, who is our leader, who is our manager, knows her stuff, right? It's important. Respect yourself first. It sounds cliche, but we need to mention it. Respect yourself first by the way you communicate with the people that you are leading, the way you act in the presence of the people that you are leading. And that makes me think again of integrity. You know, John C. Maxwell, when he talks about integrity, an important word, a crucial word for you as a WLM. Integrity, he asked this question: what do you do when nobody is watching? Right? When nobody is watching, as a leader, as a WLM, what do you do? Right? And that is integrity. So integrity will mean people will know that your actions, your words, always balance, right? You don't say something else and do another thing. We need to come to work on time, but you are always late as a leader. We need to submit reports on time, but you never submit whatever you're supposed to submit on time. We need to honor the meetings that I call. You call meetings, you cancel meetings because you are not intentional about the meetings. So people will not trust you. They will not respect you. So people respect you because of what you do in the organization, because you respect yourself first and you show that you are stronger than these people. Can you balance your act with your word? That is important, right? Do you have respect by your actions or deeds, right? Do your actions show that you respect yourself, you respect the organization, you respect the people that you are leading, right? Do you show respect by your words? I want to talk about that one just a little bit. The language that we use. Let's check the language that we use. Sometimes it's easy. When things are going well, the language is good. But when I'm angry with some stuff or some people in my organization, then the language changes, right? If people storm into your office and they talk, however, do you talk back, however, or you show respect regardless, right? So my advice to you is, if we talk about the law of respect, you respect yourself enough to calm a person who will storm into your office, calm the person down. Ma'am, sir, how may I help you? They've stormed into your office. They're even swearing at that time. Ma'am, say, how may I help you? Ma'am, say, do you mind if we look at it this way? Ma'am, say, let us check the policy, right? And again, I want us to check the telephone calls. People will call you, your staff members or your supervisors will call you on your cell phone or on your telephone, and you'll be angry with them for whatever they did to you. You say whatever and they record you. These are the things, if we say, keep it professional at all times. Even if you feel that you are angry, keep it professional, right? Mind your language at all times, whether it's personally, face-to-face, or over the phone, over the cell phone. Mind your language, right? And more especially when you are angry. I want to talk about this one as well. As a woman leader, what do you write on social media? Your status, what do you write? Somebody made you angry at work, you go to your status on WhatsApp and you say that, it's very difficult to lead these people because they did 1, 2, 3. You go to your Facebook, you go to your Instagram, you go to your Twitter, you go wherever. You are talking about your organization. You are talking about how rude the people in your organization are. Let me tell you, those people are not going to respect you because you don't respect yourself. The things that need to be kept within the confines of your company or your organization or your division, you take them to social media. So let's check our social media, right? It's your page, it's your Facebook page, it's your WhatsApp, but you still a leader. And everybody is reading what you are writing. So what is it saying about you? Does it portray that you respect yourself as a leader? Let me talk briefly about the law of magnetism. I'm not going to expand because of time. The law of magnetism, John C. Maxwell says, who you are is who you attract, right? So which means as a leader in your organization, you'll be attracting those people who are like you, right? If you're a gossiper, right, you will attract gossipers. If you're a liar, you will attract liars. If in the boardroom you storm out and do things, those are the people that you attract. And that is exactly what you're going to teach. You are teaching the people, because whatever happens in the boardroom will get into your office and people will know, men will always storm out of the boardroom. We will do the same, right? So the law of magnetism says as a leader, you attract people who are like you. If you are a liar, you'll attract liars. If you're a gossiper, you will attract gossipers, right? If you're a good person, a good leader, a leader of integrity, you are going to attract such. And you are teaching such to the people that you are leading, right? The law of connection, I think I've mentioned something about that. So John C. Maxwell says something profound. Leaders touch a heart before they touch a hand. As a leader, you know what? You need to touch the hearts of the people. People need to know that, okay, this WLM is a person who has a heart for people, is a person who has a heart for the challenges that we are facing, right? It's a person with a heart. That is why I'm saying, as a woman, stop trying to be like a man. You are a woman. Be that natural. It's needed in the workplace, right? So touch the hearts of people. Aspire to connect with your staff and know and be able to see them if they are going through a rough patch. It depends. Some of us are leading, divisions. It's easy, to get in touch with people. Some of us are leading organizations where we have a lot of people. But if you have a heart for people, it will be easy for you to know if there are things that are not going okay with certain members in your staff, because you are connecting with this. You have a heart-to-heart connection with the people. I'm not saying they should be your friends, but I'm saying they must know that our leader has a heart. Because our other leaders are known that, that one is such a hard-hearted person. As a WLM, they must know that you have a heart, a good heart at that. Communication is key. Communicate with the people that you are leading all the time. Communicate with them. We always talk about the open door policy and we don't understand what that means. The open door policy doesn't mean that all the time your door will be open, like literally. But if there are issues will be discussed. I spoke about leaders who don't call meetings, right? So when are we going to discuss issues if you don't call meetings, right? So people should know that they will be able to approach you, right? whether it's by appointment or whatever, but there should be communication that is going on. Listen with your heart, not with your ears only. And no one wants to work for somebody that they don't like, and vice versa. So it's important for you to at least touch the hearts of these people. The law of empowerment, right? John C. Maxwell says only secure leaders give power to others. We don't want to give power to other people because we are threatened that if we give them power, if we delegate them, if we empower them, they will know better than us. That is not true. If you empower someone, you are helping the organization, right? So there's a quotation by Mark Twain which says, great things can happen when you don't care who gets credit, right? In your organization, people want to be seen in your organization. So if you empower them and they do things, they achieve certain outcomes, and they're given credit, it's not credit to them only. It's credit to you as well as an empowerer. It's credit to the organization as well, right? So some leaders do not empower their staff intentionally because they're afraid they will know better than them. It doesn't work that way, right? So empowerment makes people responsible because they are aware of the requirements of policies. If you don't empower people in terms of policies and acts governing the organization, in terms of their core duties and responsibilities, you will have irresponsible people who will always say, no, I didn't know, ma'am. Ma'am, I didn't know. I didn't do it because I didn't know, ma'am. But if you empower people, then you will have supervisors who are responsible because they already know that ma'am capacitated us on this, right? That is why staff development is crucial for any organization, whether it's a private sector organization or a public sector organization. Staff development, if it's issues that you are not competent in, get some people to develop your staff. Then those people will be responsible because they know that they cannot say no, but we didn't know. They are people who are developed, right? So people who are not empowered do not actually care because they have a reason, right? We didn't know, ma'am. We didn't know what to do because they are not empowered. So it's your responsibility as a leader and manager in the organization to empower your people. Because if you have to delegate people, how do you delegate people who are not capacitated, who are not empowered? So for you to be able, and one other thing that I want to say under empowerment, if you are leading a division or a department or a big organization, there shouldn't be a difference if you are not there. Then everybody says that, oh, the leader and the manager is not here today. The WLM is not. You can see there's chaos because you have not capacitated people. But if you've capacitated people, empowered people, developed people, even if you are not there, right? The machine is running because there are people who are capacitated and they are accountable. People who are capacitated and empowered understand accountability. They know that if you come back, you want to know what actually happened as I was in a particular meeting or wherever. The last one is Law 21, which is the law of legacy. The question here is, if we talk about legacy, it's a leader's lasting value in the organization, the lasting value in the organization. What will people say about you as you leave the organization, right? Will there be a lasting value? Will there be lasting benefits where people will have traces to say, you know, this organization or this department or this division was led by Mrs. or Miss So-and-so. Can you see 1, 2, 3, even if you are not there, right? Or will it be a question of, you know what? Good riddance. We are happy she has left because she was contributing nothing to the organization. So as I close WLM, if you are interested in this kind of capacity building in your organization, you can talk to me on my email. I'm Nomakhosi Mkhize. My email is nomakhosi1307@gmail.com. That is NOMAKHOSI 1307@gmail.com. Or you can call me at 060-993-6323. 060-993-6323. As I close, let me close with this quote by Alvin Toffler. He says, the illiterate of the 21st century won't be those who will not read or write, but it will be those that cannot learn, relearn, and unlearn. It's time, WLM, to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Thank you.